we are in Russia, in the scenic Black Sea resort of Sochi, where this purpose-built track is described as one of the most impressive tracks on the Formula One calendar. Welcome to the Russian Grand Prix. As we're now only moments away from the off, let's take a look at the grid order in which they'll start today's race.
How's it going, guys, and welcome back to the F1 2015 Last to First series, where we start in the back of the field as Lewis Hamilton in the Mercedes and try and work our way through the field to win a race. And it is great to bring this series back. It has been a long time since our last round, and I feel now is the time to bring it back after coming back after a hiatus. So this series, you guys loved it, and unfortunately for the next couple of weeks as well, for the next few episodes, it's going to be highlighted videos because unfortunately my internet is getting upgraded and it's going to take a couple of weeks for that to happen. So I'm going to be doing these highlights episodes, get more out, and then hopefully when the internet comes in, I will bring out live streamed episodes back once again, which made this series very popular. But onto this race, the revs are building for the Russian Grand Prix. We are away, off we pop, and we get a decent start off the line, learning from our previous episodes of our how to make a good start. We're already on the back of the Manners already. Mary decides to block the inside, so we have to lift off there, losing a place to Will Stevens of all people. But we're going to hold the inside as we're going to break into turn one, being very cautious here. Very tricky corner this on the first lap. We've seen a lot of incidents in real life around here, but we get it through nicely. We go down the inside of Jenson Button into 17th place. Next up, Fernando Alonso. We just get a bit of a tap from him. We go into the back of him, I actually will say that. Go around the outside, we go with him, and also Felipe Nasr down his inside and up to 15th place. So we made a good start so far. 5 positions gained already at this point, as we got Pastor Maldonado in front of us in that Lotus, and also Marcus Ericsson as well, with Rosberg leading the race as it stands at the minute. We've got 27 lap race. We've got overcast conditions. It isn't going to rain. It's going to brighten up according to our engineer on the strategy. So I'm going to guess it's going to get slightly warmer, but our tyres will not get up to temperature as much because this track is has got new asphalt on it. So because the track last year was its first race, and tyre wear was very, very weird, I have to say. But we're going to go down the inside and past the Maldonado now, up to 14th place with our Mercedes-powered engine and the Mercedes car being so dominant down a straight line. We easily get past him up to 14th place. Just had a bit of a moment there, losing the back end and pushing out wide. Pastor nearly hitting us there from looking at the mirror. But we're going to go into this very tricky last couple of corners now, with Marcus Ericsson ahead of us and Romain Grosjean there, as we set a decent start. 6 places off the first lap is not too shabby for us, as Rosberg there is setting a 40.4 for the first lap on there. As we're going to start the second lap now, we're already onto the back of Marcus Ericsson, the Sauber. Should be easy picking for us there as we go down his inside and up into 13th place, with Grosjean already in our distance there. So we're going to be braking just a tad early here into turn one. Very tricky corner to get right consistently as the tyres start to degrade as you go on into the race. It is a 2-stop strategy, this one. Was tempted by the 1-stop as we could go around the outside of Grosjean there into 12th place in a very unique corner as well. That long twisting turn 3 is just a brilliant corner, that is, I've got to admit, on there. So we're onto the back of Carlos Sainz now in 11th place ahead of us. So we made a good start. The top 5 are starting to pull away, it seems. Actually the top 6, I don't take that back, are slowly pulling away with Rosberg leading that pack, and is already building a gap to, I believe, was the 2 Ferraris as we get past Carlos Sainz down the inside. A bit of a risky move as he's backed up quite a bit there, Sainz, so I don't know what happened to him on there. But we've got Sergio Perez next in the Force India, so I'm just going to be riding really. Still concerned about fuel as we're going to go further on to the start lap 3, where DRS is now enabled for us. But if I'm honest, I don't think we need DRS if I'm honest. We're going to go down his inside on Perez, get a bit of DRS there. Forgot to use it straight away, but we still get past him, and we move up into the points paying position in 10th place. Do need to give Perez some room here, but we do just about nearly go into the back of Daniel Ricciardo, and we lose the back end of that Mercedes. Luckily to not lose it and end our race there. Ricciardo's in the dirty of Hulkenberg, so we're going to try and go around the outside of him, which we do so, and we're up to 9th place. Hulkenberg just not getting on the throttle there as it caught us out there, and we make slight contact, but nothing too major lost there. And we slot in behind Hulkenberg, and we're still in 9th place with a nice run out of this corner. So then maybe think around the outside, but we decide against it. It's not really an overtaking place, that is, but we get a nice exit on there. So we're going to try and go down this inside. We decided to back out of it again, knowing that the DRS activation point is just around this corner. So I thought I might as well just stay back a bit, wait till the opportunity arises, and get a nice exit. Stay in the draft of Hulkenberg, who will get the DRS on Verstappen. So really, us two Mercedes-powered cars are hunting down Verstappen, but we're going to go down the inside of Hulkenberg, and also down the inside of Verstappen. As we hold the outside, Hulkenberg out of nowhere brakes really late into the corner, makes contact with Verstappen, and gets past both of us into 7th place, and we get past Verstappen. So we both make positions on there, and we nearly go into the back of Hulkenberg there, braking really early into the corner. Don't know what he was doing. Went a bit too deep there for some reason, but we're going to go on to the next lap, on lap 4, where we're still hunting Hulkenberg down. We've pulled a bit of a gap to Verstappen, but Verstappen's gaining back on us now. As I don't know what happened here, Bottas decides to check up and hits Hulkenberg. I don't know what happened there, and we got an illegal overtake for some bizarre reason, but just clearly went straight away. No idea what the hell happened there. But Bottas decided to just brake, don't know who the other car was, and Hulkenberg just went to the side of him, so don't know what happened there. But we're on to lap 5, and we're on the back of Kvyat now as we go down this inside with the DRS activated, and we move up into 5th place. Now the task begins now, as we've got a large enough gap ahead to gain time on Felipe Massa. So I was trying to think here how to do this. Was to pit early? Is pitting early the right choice, or staying out? We don't know what the ideal strategy is. On lap 8, as you can see, onto lap 9, people are pitting already. Massa's in the pits, I believe, and Vettel's in the pits. So we are up to P3, meaning Rosberg and Raikkonen are still out on the track. But our tyres felt okay at this point, so I could really push and maybe think of a one-stop strategy, which is very risky indeed. But we've got Bottas behind us, who is obviously a lap down, but is still with us as we come on to the end of lap 9. And as you can see, both Rosberg and Raikkonen are in the pit lane, and as you can see from our tyres, they look okay for now. So we can stay out on track onto lap 10, as Rosberg's just coming out the pit lane on the pit exit line. So got a reasonable gap as we take the lead of the race for the first time, as we need to really think about when to pit. I was thinking, do I stay out or do I pit the next lap to react to Rosberg pitting in? And I believe they're on the super soft tyres as well, so I could try and do a different strategy to Rosberg and go onto the prime tyre, which is obviously the yellow stripe compound for this race. Nearly going to the wall and losing our wing, so I kind of got away with that just about, as Rosberg there comes into the final corner now. As we go into the pit stops now, change the tyres onto the prime tyre, as it's a decent stop, 2.6, not the quickest I've seen so far, so Mercedes were a bit slow there, but as you can see, we're going to probably come out just behind Felipe Massa in 5th place, and we've got a reasonable gap behind to Daniel Kvyat, so don't have to worry about him for this race, as we come out in 5th place. So good stop there, we gained some time on Massa as well in that pit stop phase, and Rosberg there is just round basically the end of this corner, so pretty satisfied with that pit stop phase from the team. We had a good run on the worn super soft tyres, as we're going to go on to lap 13 now, as we've gone purple in the first sector, as you can see from the map flashing purple for some reason, as Massa there starting to struggle already on the super soft tyres. He did pit on lap 8, so they are starting to see signs of degradation on those tyres while we're on the primes, and they are doing particularly well as we get the DRS now on Felipe Massa. Not sure we're going to overtake Massa at this point, but it will set us up perfectly for the main straight where the other DRS zone is at. As you can see, we've got so much grip on these prime tyres. Bit of understeer there, pushing it a bit wide there, but we're going to hold on to Massa, braking a bit early for this corner, and pretty well this pace. Our race pace is pretty good, as Rosberg has crossed the line just about now, so we get a bit more on him, as we're right on the back now of Felipe Massa, who just goes a bit wide there, taking not a lot of steering lock there into that corner, as we get a nice exit and we get the fastest lap of the race, a 39 flat, as we go down Massa's inside before the DRS zone is even activated, and we gain 4th place, which is very good to see from us, as now our next target is Kimi Raikkonen in that Ferrari, who is not that far up the road, as you can see on the mini-map there, with Vettel and also Rosberg who is the yellow marked dot, which is obviously indicating our teammate for this race. So I'm feeling confident here that these tyres can last to the end with around about 14 lap maybe on the prime tyres, but we may tactically go onto the super soft tyre to really push on our last lap. As we can set the gap there is 9.2 seconds to Raikkonen on lap 15 to start that lap, as we're going to move on to lap 16 to show you that the gap is dropping to 5.5 seconds as Vettel pitted. But as you can see, the gap now is 7.5 seconds, which indicates Raikkonen's super soft tyres have gone completely off the cliff. And as I said that, the next lap Raikkonen pits as well from second place, as now we try to hunt down Nico Rosberg, who as you can see on the minimap has pitted as well so as we will be going on pit on the next lap. So onto lap 19, at the end of 19 we will make our stop now onto the super soft compound tyre, while the rest of the pack behind are on the prime tyre, which I'm just coming off now. So we will have the faster tyre in the last stint of the race, but we have a lot of work to do, with fuel being very critical as Rosberg there crosses the line to take back the lead of the race, and Raikkonen will regain second place and Vettel as well will gain third place. But for us, we are way ahead of Massa, who's coming just beyond the final corner. So that is good to see that we've got ahead of Massa, and now we can really push now and gain a chance of winning this race, because I think it is a possibility, because there is Rosberg. He's not that far away from us, so we have a chance. It's a slim chance, but we'll give it our best shot on these super soft compound tyres with 8 laps to go of the race, as we have a Mana Marussia in front of us of Roberto Merri, who hopefully will let us through very kindly, as he's been given the blue flags there. So it's 5 seconds roughly to Vettel, as Merri will go down the inside to let us through just about before the corner, as we now try to hunt down Sebastian Vettel. As we go on to lap 21, Vettel and Raikkonen are being held up here by a Mana Marussia of Will Stevens, which has given us a chance to catch up and lets, I think, Raikkonen through around the outside, but holds up Vettel there. So we're going to take the initiative down the inside. We turn in, but Vettel gives us a bit of a tap on the side there, but we get through anyway, and we gain a position on Vettel, and we're up into the podium positions with Raikkonen only 1.7 seconds up the road. So it is game on now. And as you can see, we've already caught up to the back of Raikkonen already, and Rosberg is not even that far away as well, as Raikkonen doesn't get the DRS on Sergio Perez that is in the Force India. So we are just going to claw time back on Raikkonen there. Not going to try and make a risky move into this corner. So we're just nearly going to the back of Raikkonen there, so we had to dodge him just to avoid him on there, so we don't lose any of our front wing in this one, as we only got 10 kilos of fuel left. So for 5 laps it's going to be pushing it, so we need to be very fuel conservative in these last couple of laps, but still gain time on Rosberg there, as Raikkonen goes a bit too aggressive into the corner, has to lift off, and we nearly hit the back of him, but we come out of the corner, as we're going to get a lovely bit of draft here from both Raikkonen and Perez on there. So we're going to get the DRS now on Raikkonen. Even though he's got the DRS, we are still quicker in a straight line, and we will gain that position, and Perez lets us through as well. Just make a bit of a lock up there, so we have to cut the corner, so we have to give the position back to Raikkonen for that move. Shouldn't really have done that. Let me know if I should have done that, guys. Let me know in the comments below on that, but it won't make any difference, because we're going to try and go around the outside of Raikkonen, break a bit early, get a nice entry into the corner, and go down the inside with a better exit than him, and we will take second place to Kimi. And our next man now is our teammate, who is 6.5 seconds up the road, Nico Rosberg. So I'm going to be really pushing now in these last 5 laps of the Grand Prix, as I don't know why there was blue flags waving here, because there was no one really behind us, because Raikkonen's behind us, so no idea why they're going. I think it's Perez actually holding up Vettel, but onto the end of 24, but onto before the start of lap 25, and as you can see, we've already gained time back on Rosberg on there, so it was about nearly 6 seconds was the gap. As we set the fastest lap, it's now 4.1 seconds, 0.6 quicker in the last sector. As we go on to lap 26 now, and the gap is dropped to 2.5 seconds with 2 laps to go of this Russian Grand Prix. this is going to be very close on fuel as well. As you can see, we're only 0.15 up on fuel, and we are in rich as well. I just wanted to try and get DRS to be in the DRS range on the start of the last lap, to try and get a move done, particularly in the middle part of the lap where the second DRS is activated, as we do go on to the start of the final lap now, and we are flashing on the fuel gauge, so we're going to be really struggling now in terms of fuel, but we will be in DRS range with Rosberg, so we can stay in standard. We're going to lean actually and save fuel now, and as you can see, we're clawing time on Rosberg, who is on warm prime tyres, which gives us a bit of saving grace, as we know the options can last for around about 10 laps, so we don't need to worry about tyres at this stage of the race. But you can see we're getting even more time as Rosberg is struggling on his tyres. As you can see there, Prix are pushing like crazy now, as we're only 2.5 tenths behind Rosberg. There is traffic up ahead that could play a major factor in this last lap. We'll have to wait and see on there, as Rosberg has a bit of a twitch there. As we come now into the DRS activation zone, Rosberg will not get DRS, which is a massive factor for us on this last lap. We brake early to get a better exit, and we're right on the back of Rosberg now. DRS is now activated. We're going to go down the inside on Rosberg. It's still not over yet, because Rosberg has the inside line for the next corner. We're not clear yet. We're still not clear. We brake really late as possible, but we get it done on Rosberg, and we take the lead of the race with only one sector to go. But we've got Felipe Nasr ahead of us, who could play a massive moment like Will Stevens did to Vettel, which gave us third place. So I don't know what's going to happen. It's in the same spot as Vettel and Stevens' incident, so it could come down to the last corner. Nasr eventually pulls to the left. They're nearly hitting him, but we come into the final corner and we've pulled off a last to first. We've finally done it in four attempts. We finally get a win in the series, and at a track that I wasn't really expecting to do well at originally, but we can see that Hamilton's very happy with that, and as I said, it's our first win of the series. And if you want to see your track being raced at next time, let me know what you want next in the comments below. Make sure to hit the like button if you want to see more of last to first. As I said, live streaming will be back very soon once I get new upgrade. My internet is upgraded. It takes a couple of weeks, so hopefully before Christmas I will get this live stream back to normal. But as again, guys, make sure to subscribe for more F1 content. Another video will be out tomorrow, so keep your eyes peeled for that. Until then, have a great day, and I shall see you very soon for another video. Until then, take care guys, and see you later.